Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 1 in a series between Happy and Sonic. This is taken from the ESL Viki Cup that happened, I believe, on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where you are in the world. And well, I am actually really excited to see the ESL tournaments starting to grab some of the higher well-known international players. Anyways, over here on the top right, we have Sonic spawning as the yellow Night Elf. Meanwhile, Happy has spawned as the blue Undead. This is taken from the semi-final rounds of that particular tournament. I would have loved to have cast the finals, except, well, whoever won it, I'm not going to say who won it, forgot to upload the replays to the site, so I'm not quite sure how that works there. I am trying to promote all of those tournaments. If you guys want tournament information, definitely check it out in the description of this video. You'll get to see the brackets. I do suggest you wait until you finished watching both or all three of these games before heading over there as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here. Sonic over here on the top right, going to be opening up with that Demon Hunter. Meanwhile, Happy over here on the bottom left, opening up with that Death Knight. Death Knight versus Demon Hunter in this 1v1. Nothing too out of the ordinary yet, as Happy is about to finish off this wall in to try to protect these acolytes. Now, what we're going to be looking at from Happy is to see what he goes first on that Death Knight. Unholy Aura or Death Coil are both viable options for your first ability. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter is most likely going to try to clear out these two creep camps as quickly as possible without taking that much damage. Now, one thing to note, this is a 3-3-3 creep camp, so it is not your typical 5-3-3 followed by a 1-3-1. So the Demon Hunter will have a little bit more work to do before it does in fact get to level 2. Now, Evasion or Mana Burn, both are viable options here, as we do see Demon Hunter picking up that Circlet of Nobility. Meanwhile, back down across over here, the Death Knight making its rounds and gonna go ahead and perhaps try and go after this Wisp here. It is very slow, and wow, able to hide in between to get to this tree right there. One more shot or a little bit more damage on the random number generator from a ghoul would have finished off that Wisp. Let's break things down still, as the Rod of Gloves of Haste has been picked up. Rod of Necromancy charge has been used, as the Demon Hunter going off over here uses a Mana Burn to try to finish off a Forest Troll High Priest. Will get to level 2 and picks up a Sentry Ward. Now, both of these strategies call for a very fast tech to tier 2. You see Sonic already getting to tier 2 as well. Meanwhile, Happy not yet teching to tier 2. Not quite sure what he's waiting for. There's an Acolyte just wandering back and forth, and that may become a little bit of a problem, as the Demon Hunter now gonna perhaps try and venture forth to delay the creeping on this Death Knight. The problem for this Death Knight is that it does not have level 2. It will not have Death Coil, can't take out this Scouting Wisp, and is leaving a skeletal minion right there just to keep track of it. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter going to be coming around the corner. He is looking for that Death Knight, trying to do a bit of interruption. Not going to be able to do that at all, as the ghouls are instead going to go ahead and surround the Forest Troll High Priest. This is a rather risky maneuver by Happy, but he will get to level 2 if he can Death Coil to save some of his ghouls. Yes, he does. Now going after the other Forest Troll Berserker. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter has opted to not try and find where that Death Knight is, but to do creeping of his own. That is very important. If you don't know where your opponent is, don't spend too much time playing hide and seek. During that hide and seek time, where your opponent could be walking all over the map and doing a lot of creeping as well, you're just going to end up falling further and further behind. We do see that there was a Wisp taken down there, the Death Knight taking down that Wisp. Very nicely done with that Death Coil, and I don't believe that the Demon Hunter actually saw what went down. Archers are going to finish off the remainder of these level 3 creeps here, and the Demon Hunter will get to level 2. That could potentially be a problem, as level 2 Mana Burn is now in the works. Meanwhile, the Death Knight is still only sitting at level 2, needs to do a little bit more work, and unbeknownst to him, he is currently creeping right under the nose of Sonic. All right. You can see the Demon Hunter now putting pressure off over here. Let's see damage. You can see the, well, you can see an illusion trying to make its way in. That is a lot of piercing damage. Ghouls now trying to make their way over and are going to be going after the archers instead of that Demon Hunter. Very, very nice. A nice call there. Are the archers going to be able to get that final shot in? That is going to be the big question as the ghouls are now making their way across. Graveyard once again going to get canceled, but a quick Cyclone picks up the Death Knight. Archers are in a bit of trouble, but Dust of Appearance should be available, and there you have it. 1 archer down, 2 archers down as the Scroll of Town portal does not get off in time. Big, big win by Happy there, taking down 2 archers, and that was absolutely important. That's going to give that Death Knight a little bit more experience. It's going to slow down any sort of creeping that the Demon Hunter really wants to do, perhaps forcing him to use that illusion to soak up a little bit of damage as well. Ancient of War doing the slow trek over to the Ogre Magi here, as the Death Knight is now running past and did run past this Sentry Ward. Demon Hunter illusion completely blocking that down over there. Has not even engaged yet, and Happy perhaps getting a sense that that is not a real Demon Hunter, still looking for his opponent. Now, there's a lot of mental games going on right now. Both sides trying to figure out where exactly their opponent is. And Happy deciding to, you know what, give up the chase and instead go after the creeps. The creeps do give you an economic bonus in the terms of the gold that they drop. Also, they give you a little bit more experience as well, as Ghoul may try to pick up a Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch should be ready in just a moment. Meanwhile, Potion of Greater Mana has been dropped there. Are we looking at a Lich instead? No, yeah, Lich instead. Happy's Lich is about to come out into play as the Demon Hunter sitting at level 3, very, very close to level 4. The Death Knight wandering all the way back home, bringing back all of these units, and they're going to be healing back on Blight. You can see the Death Knight, how fast that regeneration is between his passive regeneration as a hero, Blight regeneration, normal regeneration, and Unholy Aura regeneration, really starting to add up. Shade keeping track of everything. You can see, oh, that Sentry Ward no longer spotted. There you go. It is going to be spotted right there. The Shade was revealed by the Sentry Ward. The Sentry Ward was revealed by the Shade, as the Death Knight looking to finish off this creep camp here. Now, Happy's biggest concern should be that his slaughterhouse is just now creating those obsidian statues. The Death Knight has taken a little bit more damage than he would like to at this point, and his mana is also lower than he would like it to be. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter is pretty much still acting as a solo hero at this stage. Dust of Appearance, there's the Shade. The Shade is going to get picked apart right there. Down it goes, as the Dryads now finish off the remaining units at the Goblin Merchant Shop. Skeletal minions wandering all around the map so far. We are looking at already at Tree of Eternity, going into Chimeras, and going into Ancient of Winds with dual Ancients of Lore. Now, the problem for Sonik is that he's kind of all over the place with his tech. Ancient of Wind, dual Ancients of Lore, and a Chimera Roost. That is a lot of infrastructure where you may not end up getting a lot of chimeras, maybe only need 1 or 2 hippogriffs, and the majority is going to be your bears and dryad. The problem on Happy's end is that his army is rather weak. It's only mainly consisting of a whole bunch of ghouls. Now, if the Demon Hunter gets, for example, a panda as a second hero, that panda with Breath of Fire should be able to blow over the majority of these ghouls. Then at that point, Happy would have a smaller army. Demon Hunter would actually finish all of those units off, and more importantly, have a good amount of experience going into that next fight. Healthstone was dropped. That Demon Hunter is gonna be a one-man army. 6.6 armor, Scroll of Healing, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, and a Health Stone. All of that adds up into a large amount of durability. Meanwhile, Happy should be getting Destroyer form right now, and the question will be whether or not there is enough Destroyers to really deal with those bears, or if there's even enough bears to really be forced to try and counter them. Belt of Giant Strength, +6 strength. That's an additional 150 hit points, bringing the Death Knight to a total of 1125. Lich, on the other hand, sitting at level 2, should get to level 3 here, and a level 3 Lich with level 2 Frost Nova, Endurance Aura, and Unholy Aura. The Death Knight and the Lich are both moving around fairly quickly. Lich also has double Gloves of Haste, so he is attacking particularly fast, being able to give that -5 armor debuff. All right, Demon Hunter looking to finish things off here. Finishes off some more units. There goes a Forest Troll High Priest. Forest Troll Trapper. Bear is currently ensnared, and Happy still taking the opportunity to try to... how is this? How is the Shade even revealed? I guess there is a ward right over... Where's the ward? The Shade was currently attacked somehow. And yeah, he did take a little bit of damage, but perhaps there was a dust of appearance, but the hero was far too far away. I'm sure someone will tell me, hey, you missed something as well. Meanwhile, back across over here, Demon Hunter now with Vampiric Aura, going to get to level 5, does have the Chimeras, and those Chimeras should in fact be able to melt apart many of these ghouls. All right, here we go. In comes the next big fight. Ghouls actually in a very good spot in between the Dryads and the Demon Hunter army. All right, Death Coil trying to save the Chimera, but the Chimera quickly gets taken down. No real chance whatsoever. No Staff of Preservation. Bear gonna get taken out. And with the 2 large units from the Night Elf army now out of commission, what is gonna be happening? Meanwhile, Dryads, Ghouls, Archers, all these units are fighting back and forth. That Death Coil didn't really look like it healed the Lich that much. I don't believe he was really that low, as a new Chimera now joins in on the fight. All right, Chimera quickly gets webbed. Obsidian Statue purposely backs off to get away from the magic attack of that Chimera, and I believe this is going to be the end. 2 Chimeras taken out with really nothing answered, and Happy takes the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.